your system, and they may be able to fund those projects at the same time. The one thing that you have to do is once you get this asset management plan, you'll have to take it in front of your board or your council, and you'll have to have it approved and adopted. And if you get it approved and adopted and you implement it, you can actually qualify for a 0.5% reduction in your loan. So you're getting a low loan anyway, a low interest loan anyway, and then that's another 0.5 off of it. Okay. These budgets and these documents are all living documents. As you know, they change from year to year. They need to be reviewed annually and looked at annually. Did I skip one here? No. Here we go. Again, we're going back to, you've got three aspects of physical sustainability. You've got the technical, the managerial, and the financial. You've got the technical side, which is most of you that are operators that are out in the field. You've got the managers, and you've got the financial folks, the purse strings. You all have to work together in order to make a plan. Okay? You all have to know, this is what I need to do, this is why I need to do it, get it approved, and also get the money to get it done. Okay. Again, it's just showing you that these three entities inside your system is going to have to work together in order to come up with the project, approve the project, and get the money funded for the project. Okay. One of the worksheets we have is an asset O&M worksheet. Again, when we go and do an asset management, we're going to go in, we're going to look at all your assets, we're going to put them into this sheet, and we're going to go out. You can go out 5, 10, 20 years. We're going to go out, and now these numbers will change from year to year. They should change from year to year because everything goes up, cost of everything goes up, chemicals go up, gasoline goes up, anything that you do goes up. Okay, same thing with the tanks and the generators and the fuels. So this is just one of the sheets that we would put in. Okay, here's a pump, one of your wells, or a well here, well pump motor. This motor is 43 years old. It was put in 1974. Understand it's still running like a top. You know, it's again, run it till it fails. But again, you may be able to replace this with a more efficient motor. Yes, you're going to pay a little more up front, but in the long run, will I make that up in electricity? Will I make it up in different areas of it? So again, it's about an average lifespan of 10 to 15 years, and of course, you can replace it with a higher efficiency component. There's check valves, switches, different things that you're going to be able to replace it. It's going to avoid that unexpected failure. You know, that 2 o'clock in the morning failure, or that Friday afternoon or Saturday, because we all know as operators, nothing happens Monday through Friday, right, from 8 to 5. That always happens somewhere else. Okay. Another part of the log that we're going to do is we're going to come in here showing you the valves, showing you how many they are, the diameter, what type they are, and again, how much money would it take to go out and have someone clean them valves, exercise those valves, make sure that they're good, whether you do it or you have someone else do it. Okay. Pipes the same way. Okay. How many of you have one of these at your facility? Okay. I don't think it's doing any good. It's not helping a bit. Probably got run over a few times, can't even see it. But it needs to be cleaned up, it needs to be raised up, taken care of. Your assets, once they're put in, they're just forgotten about a lot of times. Okay. Again, here's your reserve fund. Again, your assets, how many you have, what's the original price, how many years is that piece of equipment expected to last. When you get a piece of equipment, you get a book on it, a manual on it, that goes in your O&M manuals. Hopefully you don't just throw them away. Inside there is going to tell you how long that motor is supposed to last, how long that pump is supposed to last. You want it to last that long. So you want to do those preventive maintenance as much as possible. And if you go out and you go and you find a pump and it's just not lasting 3 or 4 years and it's supposed to last 10 and 15, you need to find out what the problem is. Maybe it's in a manhole and there's some hydrogen sulfide in it, or if it's in something else, a lift station, or if it's in a different area. You know, you've got something happening, so you want to find out what that is and try to correct the problem. Okay. Again, this is kind of the end of the sheet here, where basically it shows that it's going to cost them $369,000 some odd dollars to do this project, and everybody goes, well, where do I get $369,000? All right, that's what you're going to have to try to figure out. You're going to have to start putting that money in that reserve, because either if you don't, you're going to have to get a loan. You're going to have to, because there are no grants out there. The grants you get, you're buying for with 200,000 more people in the state of Florida to try to get them. So you've got to come up with that money, and we'll talk about rates here in a minute, which I know everybody loves to talk about. Okay. Here's one of the pumps here. You can see they changed the check valve out. That's about the only thing that's been checked out. It is in good working condition. Useful life again is about 10 to 15 years. This again is 43 years old. Okay. And as you get a closer look, you can see the wear and tear on this pump. And it's probably not working up to its most efficient capacity. Here's a panel here. This panel again, useful life on this panel is about 10 years. This is 43 years old again. Okay, it's probably older than some of you in here. This is still working. This is on the door of the panel. One of the things I want to just point out to you is, you probably can't see it, but this license number is 62. Okay, there's thousands of electrical contractors in the state of Florida now, so that's 62. So that just tells you, again, it's 43 years old. It's been around for quite a bit. The one thing we also do is we're going to do a rate review. After we go in, we look at your assets and we try to get a good idea of what your assets are. We're going to look at your rates. We're going to look at what you bring in, what you sell. We're going to look at your water loss. Because everybody knows that Northwest Water Management and everybody else wants you to be under that 10%, right? If you're not under that 10%, then you're probably going to want to do a water audit. All right, and so you're going to need to find out where that water is going. Okay, account for that water. And we're going to know, again, we're going to want to know where your water expenses are, all the way from salaries to utilities to customer billing to insurance. All this is part of your asset plan. And again, we're going to go in and we're going to research your debt payments, your reserve fund, if you have any. And then we're going to come up with totals there. And once that asset management plan, or the asset management review is done, the debit, the money side of it, the physical side of it's done, we're going to come out and we're going to give you some options on rate reviews. The one thing that most people don't want to do is raise their rates, right? Nobody wants to raise their rates, because what happens? Your customers go crazy. If you're a board member, you're scared to death. If you're a council member, you're scared to death because you're going to get voted off or run out of town. What you have to sell your customers on is it's their system. It's their system. And because it's theirs, they have to help maintain it. You can't maintain it by yourself. Their water bill, their simple water bill is not going to do it. Over so many years, go back. When was the last time you raised your rates? Right. Most people don't raise their rates that often. You have to raise your rates, so you're going to have to do it. Now, do you have to do it all at one time? No, because if you do it all at one time, yeah, you're probably going to have, when you have your board meeting and you have 10 people show up normally, and then all of a sudden you got 600 trying to get through the door because you're raising your rates all at one time, yeah, you're probably going to have a problem. But there are options, and we'll give you options. Yes, it is high when you look at going from $10.20 to $72 or $65, okay? But you don't have to do it all at one time. You can do it in steps. But in order to do that, you can see right here where we where it can actually raise that money that you're needed. Okay, each one of them is going to raise that money that you can put into that reserve fund. Okay, so raising rates is something nobody wants to do, but eventually we're going to have to do it. Okay, you're going to have to face the fact that eventually your system cannot run on 1974 prices. Just can't do it. Okay. One of the things that EPA, one of the good things I can say they did, is they came out with cups. It's a checkup program for small systems. You can go to EPA and you can download this. It's a good little program. It's a software, desktop software. It will help you do some training. It'll help you create a schedule of tasks that are due, things that are due. They'll have pop-ups. You can enter finances. There's a lot of little different things that you can do with cups. So if you've never seen cups or if you've never dealt with cups, go to EPA's website. You can get this, download this. Again, it'll show you where you can do the task notification. It's going to come up with the task. It's going to come up with the date that it's due. And then it's going to tell you what the status is. Is it current? Is it past due? Now, if you're going to get cups, you don't want to forget about it and then look back 6 months later and see all the past dues like we normally do, because we get busy, right? We're operators. We don't have time to sit around. Wow. Okay. Boy, this all got messed up. Somehow or another, the presentation didn't show some more slides here, so you don't have to listen to me much longer. But the couple things, there's a couple of slides that are missing that I want to talk to you about are going from our old rotary flip phones, those type of things that we have, we don't want to get rid of. Okay, we've got to come into the new era. Most of you, I'm sure, has a smartphone. Hopefully, everybody does. I'm sure you do. If not, you're going to have to get there sooner or later. There's tablets, there's Surfaces, there's iPads. These things are what we're going to have to go to, and we're trying to go to. We're going to be able to do an asset management right there in the field. You're going to be able to do your work orders right there in the field. You go out, you can evaluate a piece of equipment, fill it out on your Surface or your phone or your iPad, shoot it straight back to the office, it's done, you move on to the next piece of equipment. They can do the exact same thing from the office, send you a work order, to your laptop in your truck, and to your phone. We're going to have to do that. You know, we tend to not like to change, but we're going to have to progress, and we're going to have to do those things. So this new program that's coming out, hopefully it's a mobile GIS. So and we use we're looking into using diamond maps. With these diamond maps, it's a program. It's going to be able to, you can layer, you can put different layers, different features, whether it's topo, whether it's street maps, whatever, right there on your computer. You can measure out between valves to valves, hydrants to hydrants, different things. You can put all the information that you need into it, the coordinates, the addresses, things like that. And I apologize because it's missing those things. And I keep putting that up. I don't want to put that up yet. It's also going to give you a geodatabase. So you can pull down a geodatabase, see where that asset is on your laptop. And it's going to have a drop-down feature. In that drop-down feature, you're going to be able to put all the information about that piece of asset. That way you can come back to it. You can have everything that you need. You're going to be able to get real-time information. Your motor, is it overheating? Is it getting hot? Is it running correctly? Did it turn on? Did it turn off? You know, we all have SCADA. This is basically a piece of that, but it's going to be right there on your phone, right at your fingertips. Okay, and with that system comes the cloud. I'm sure if you've got an iPhone, you've heard of the cloud. Okay, I don't know where my cloud is because all my stuff goes up and it never comes back down. So I'll have to ask my wife to download it for me. But it's a good deal. It's a good GIS program. Again, because I'm missing some of it, the one thing that I wanted to stress is that an asset management plan is something you need. Okay, whether you're gonna do ask for an SRF loan or not, you still need to do an asset management plan. You need to know what assets, what condition are they in. Okay, are they in good condition? If they're not, try to figure out the useful life in it, and then try to prepare to pay for that or rebuild that or get new ones at some point without having to reach down and go to a bank for a loan or go somewhere that you really don't need to go for. And again, I apologize for all the slides missing out of here. I'm not sure why they are, but I'll take any questions if you have them. Just don't throw stones. All right, appreciate it. You know, make sure that building looks good.